Scott Tenhulzen happened to be in the audience, and at the end of my presentation, he literally stood up and proclaimed that PAWS is amazing and the Rotary needed to get involved, and that he was going to personally lead the charge to do a project for us.
Andi, our Director of Philanthropy, happened to be at a Rotary meeting, and she did a presentation about PAWS, which is normal for us to be doing some outreach in the community. And she mentioned that we needed some help at the end of the talk. And Scott raised his hand and walked up to Andi, and this is how it all started.
I said, we can rally around this. Let's make it happen.
And it was such an incredible moment to be standing in that space with him, and he was just talking about making our wildest dreams come true. You know, Jennifer and I have talked so much about, yeah, we need to get to that project. We need to make time for that project, but when? When are we going to do it? How are we going to find the resources? And then here Scott was saying, I can solve that for you. So it all came together really quickly and really beautifully through our partnership with Scott and the Mill Creek Rotary.
The building that is being refreshed this weekend is the old Wildlife Hospital for PAWS. It was called the PAWS Wildlife Center, and it was built in 1981. And since 1981, that building has admitted over 161,000 wild animals in all of those years, most of which were rehabilitated and returned back to the wild. And so that building is pretty tired. And now at the end of that, last year in May of 2024, we moved the wildlife operations off the Linwood campus to the Snohomish facility. And so that building has been pretty much vacant since then, and we've been trying to figure out what to do with it.
We're making this space available to our cat program so that we can move our cats into that space, have it nice, bright, clean, functional for our team, and then we can make some necessary repairs to other spaces of our building.
I said, we can rally around this. Let's make it happen. And this is literally, I think, 2 months ago, something like that. So we're able to ramp it up pretty quick, bring it to fruition. So the first phase is demo with cabinets. There's a lot of just really trashy cabinets they had, old, rundown, rubbed down, shelving. There was a couple doors that needed to be replaced. And then getting into wall prep. So that was like day one, and that was a good full 8 hours with 12 guys, carpentry team. And then day two is really finish the prep work for the painting, and halfway through the day on day two, we are looking in really, really good shape. So I'm very excited just about how far we've come. And I see what everybody's looking around and go, wow, we are cruising, it's fun. And here we are today on day two, just cranking away the paint process. And it's been fabulous. Even with the carpenters yesterday, just the vibe, man. Everybody's just so positive and just having fun together. Having the whole team together is really cool. And then today, you know, with all the different companies, different painters, it just warms my heart. You know, how people want to gather together and contribute in the community. And it's just it's phenomenal. And they're all having a good time and, you know, yapping at each other and talking about stealing each other's guys. And that guy's rolling real fast and all that. And it's just fun. You know, it's all good fun. So the next calls were, and reach out was really to RADA. And RADA just swooped in and they did all the paint, all the sundries, so roller covers, plastic, tape, masking paper, caulking, really stepped up in a big way. It's super awesome of them, and they did it quickly. Another one was Dunn Lumber, and Dunn Lumber's just stepped up and donated cash to cover some of the flooring, basically, which is huge. And thanks to Jim Kosho and Kat Kosho at Dunn Lumber. The others would be Builders Interiors in Woodinville and Andi at Builders Interiors. They're basically taking 3 flooring crews and bringing them in, and they're going to do flooring in one day, and all the base coat through the entire building, which is just going to look fantastic. I can't wait to see them.
Maybe people don't understand is that when we have big projects like this, you know, big maintenance things, big repair projects, big refreshes like this, we don't have a team of specialty carpenters. We don't have flooring experts on staff. We don't have painters on staff. When those things need to get done, it's our animal care staff that are doing that. It is the people who are supposed to be on the floor working with the dogs, giving medication to cats, doing adoption visits. We're taking away the time that they could be getting animals into loving homes and telling them to go, you know, weed a garden bed, paint a wall, do things like that. So the support from community partners is absolutely essential to making sure that we can make these bigger projects happen, because it's just us and it's just our animal care staff otherwise.
I've worked at PAWS for 29 and a half years. I've worked in that building for 29 years, almost. And, you know, it was a really pretty building when we first opened it up, of course, and we've used it and really been hard on it all these years. And so to have this refresh, I think for me as the director of the shelter and the Wildlife Center, I just feel like there's just, you know, great meaning in the fact that we can redo that building again and make it help, you know, thousands more animals. And it just keeps on giving back to the animals in the community. So I think it's just a heart project for me. It's wonderful. I feel really excited for our staff, first and foremost, but also for the animals.